Today I'm going to do a book review and flip through that is a little bit different. These are books that I purchased by artists or illustrators that I first discovered on Instagram. I follow a lot of artists on Instagram, and today I'm going to talk about three of my favorite that I ended up going ahead and purchasing books by them. The first one is Kirsten Sevig. This book is Striped Pears and Polka Dots, and she is a watercolor artist. This little book is just adorable. It has some recipes in it. It has just some little stories, some kind of sayings here and there. And she does a lot of kind of everyday objects, but they're just so well done and beautifully done. She has a lot of pattern in this book, and if you go on her Instagram page, you will see that this is all painted by hand. Like, she doesn't just do part of it and then reproduce it digitally. She shows her process a lot, which I really like. And she has another book coming out soon. This is October of 2019. I believe in just a few days she has a little book on gnomes coming out. And she also sells note cards. I love these little faces. So really, especially if you like watercolor painting, you're definitely going to want to check her out, Kirsten Sevig. The next artist, illustrator that I discovered through Instagram is Brooke Hagel, and she is a New York City-based fashion illustrator. She does live sketching events that she posts a lot about on her Instagram page. These books, these are called Chloe by Design, and there's 3 large books like this. They are written by Margaret Gurevich, but Brooke Hagel has illustrated them. And I am a huge fan of fashion illustration. I don't consider myself a fashion illustrator by any stretch of the imagination, but I like to do it for fun, and I really love her work. So I really purchased these books for the illustrations. I like to kind of, just for my own enjoyment and fun, just to kind of copy some of these, which I do with a lot of different fashion illustrations or illustrators, but her work especially I really like. So I've read a little bit of these books, not much. They are, I think the age group for these books on Amazon is like 8 to 12-year-olds or something like that. But if you're a fan of Brooke or you're a fan of fashion illustration, you might want to check out 1 or 2 of these books because they're just fun to look at. The next illustrator I'm going to talk about is Hess, and I just recently discovered her. I don't know where I've been, but I stumbled across her on Instagram, and these are 2 books that I purchased. The one is called Fashion House, and one is called The Dress. This is 100 Iconic Moments in Fashion, and she goes through designers, icons, weddings, music, film, Oscars, and she gives an illustration, shows an illustration, and then gives a little write-up. These are icons. This is Michelle Obama, Jacqueline Kennedy. The first part are all designers. So she shows an illustration by that designer, and then there's a little bit of a write-up. And again, as just a fan of fashion illustration, I just love her style and the way she illustrates. These are great little books that you would probably just put out like on a coffee table. This is The House, illustrated interiors from the Icons of Style. So you would probably like just put these out. Yeah, they'd be great just to set on an end table or a coffee table and just look at. She has great patterns in here. The color combinations are really nice. And I love, there's several pages like this where she just has a collection of chairs. I know there's one with lamps. So that is Fashion House. This is the dress by Megan Hess, and then also Balancing Act, Making the Cut, Measuring Up. These are written by Margaret Gurovich, illustrated by Brooke Hagel, and then Striped Pears and Polka Dots by Kirsten Sevig.